Hello and thank you for pressing play. Welcome to A Beer with Bear or Any Other Beverage. And we are back with episode 40, and it feels good. With me as always, we have George, the producer.
Hello.
And hanging out for his very first episode, we have Gator McMurder.
Hello.
How you doing, Gator? It's good to see you.
Good seeing you too.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm sorry I never released your episode.
That's fine. I said a lot of negative things.
Oh shit, that's true. So I got a question for you. Since we've reached our 40s, episode-wise, is there anything I should worry about? I noticed that my hands started hurting. People just tell me to switch them, but I don't really think that's going to work. But when did the gray hairs come in?
Which gray hairs are we talking about?
Well, the gray hairs on your body.
I shave.
I wasn't talking about that hair, but let's move on. And our guest for this week, we have all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, the Limit Club. You can find us anywhere podcasts are heard, iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Republic, we're on all of them, and SoundCloud.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Beer with Bear Pod, and Twitter at, you guessed it, Beer with Bear. Also, too, I gotta mention that we are now officially on YouTube, so you'll find our newest episodes on there. Also coming soon, we have a Beer with Bear vlog. That's right. You'll be able to see our ugly mugs on camera. So we'll make sure we suck in our stomachs, if that helps.
Suck what?
I didn't hire you for this, all right? You just sit back. You press record.
It's my microphone. I can talk into it.
All right, let's move on. Okay, the Limit Club. These are some old friends of mine, Nick Ferratu, Nick Dave, and the newest members of the band, Jade on drums, and Miranda on guitar. We got to catch up, talk about some of the old days, how they got the new lineup, talk about some comic books, actually more so comic book movies, Jurassic Park, and what Rob Halford likes on his Chicken Club sandwich. Graphic design by Jeremie Fletcher, theme music by Chris Helking. Thank you very much and enjoy. How was your trip out here?
It was quick and easy.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Not too bad.
We didn't die.
Awesome. What, it's an 8-hour drive from Phoenix?
No, it was a bit shorter, actually, like 5, I would say.
Yeah, about 5.
We really lucked out with traffic. There was absolutely zero, so we had a lot of extra time to kill.
I noticed you have a lot of room in your car, too. I wasn't sure if you're going to pull up with something nice or like a cruddy van.
Somewhere in between, you know?
Yeah. Is that a rental or does that belong to one of you bad boys?
Yeah, it's a rental.
Weren't we supposed to get something smaller?
Yeah, we got a free upgrade at the airport. It's awesome. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
It's always good when it happens to get the free upgrade, especially for like a hotel room somewhere.
Yeah.
No, like literally one time I was getting a hotel like with my family and my dad's like, yeah, we need like a fridge for our like food, which was like literally a children's like McDonald's milk, and they graduated us to like the full suite like just for that
Experience.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, I saw you guys load up on burritos before you got here. I was stalking your Instagram.
You have to, man.
I couldn't tell where it was from, though. I was trying to zoom in on the picture, like, where they eating at?
Filiberto's. It's like an Arizona staple.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have
Filiberto's?
seen a Filiberto's out in like Pomona, Riverside area.
Yeah, but it's Arizona.
Yeah, but that's Arizona.
I remember one of the biggest burritos I ever had was actually on my way to Phoenix to some truck stop. I was with my drummer at the time, right? And I go in there's a burrito place and there's a fucking Subway. I'm like, I'm not really into burritos right now. I'm just gonna get a Subway sandwich, you know. I'm fat. I'm gonna try to, even though it doesn't matter because it's all fucking bread and shit, you know.
I mean, we all saw what happened to Jared, so.
Oh no!
That had nothing to do with calories, sir.
I hope it doesn't happen to me.
No.
What, you mean you get hired by a very successful chain?
Yeah, that.
And then you tarnish your own reputation by being an asshole?
Yeah, no jail for me. Oh, no. But like I said, he comes out with this burrito. It was so fucking big, right? Like, I'm talking huge. Like, really big. Now, he actually went like that and stood up on a table upright.
Wow.
Nick just did that, actually.
Yeah.
With a burrito?
Yeah.
I don't know where we were,
The
but
burrito
his
was
burrito
fully
sat
erect.
on its own. Sat.
Yeah.
I like when that happens. So I saw that sucker. I put the sandwich away and I got one myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you return the sandwich?
No, I had to save it for later.
Okay.
Later on after the gig, it was actually kind of helpful, you know. It was a little soggy, but it still hit the spot, especially because I was drinking back then. So, yeah, it definitely worked out for me. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you play in the band. We're here with the Limit Club.
Hi, I'm Nick Ferratu. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Nick Dave. I do upright bass and sing.
I'm Jade. I play drums and sing. Yeah.
I'm Miranda Duffy. I play guitar and sing.
All right. So luckily, like I said, you guys got the nice rental, the upgrade, a 5-hour drive, which isn't too bad.
Yeah.
What do you guys do to pass the time normally? Not for the driver. The driver, you're concentrating, right? Whoever was driving.
There's a fair amount of spacing out and
Stupid jokes. A lot of stupid jokes.
making dumb, obscure references.
I did a lot of sleeping this time.
I don't know how people toured without their cell phones back in the 80s and 90s.
Books, I guess.
Books.
It's dark. Like,
Yeah. You'd actually have to interact with the other people in the car. What a nightmare, God.
No, I tried reading in the fucking car once. Only once. Oh, it was just too much for me after a
I
while.
can understand why like my favorite 80s bands broke up.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They had to actually get to know each other.
That's why.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Fuck these guys.
All right, so I got here before you guys, which is actually probably one of the first times I'm always usually late, so that's kind of cool. I was punctual. You guys were late.
To be fair, we were here earlier, but we decided to stop at Walgreens. So.
Oh, okay, what are we doing at Walgreens?
I had to get some makeup.
You're joking?
No, straight up.
Oh, okay, because every time I think of Walgreens, I think of old people and socks. Because every time you go in there, I smell old people and I see socks.
Well, I've never heard that, but it does make a lot of goddamn sense. I'll say that.
Incredible.
Wait, so the girls didn't get makeup, only the guys got makeup this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Prepared. I came prepared.
It's a regular thing. If I run out of makeup, I'll ask my wife, can I borrow some of your makeup?
Oh, okay.
She has a collection, you know?
All right. So we got Nick and Nick. Is there any kind of nicknames for you guys? Jesus Christ, nicknames.
Nicknames.
Well, literally,
Names are Nick.
it doesn't get any more straightforward than that.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes to make it easy, I'll go by Ferratu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just Nick Dave.
Okay,
whatever.
Nick Dave.
Yeah.
Got the two first names, first and last.
It's like Ferratu was like the original Nick in the band, but I knew Nick Dave first, so he's like the original Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's fine with me.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
It's really confusing if you just say Nick and they both look at you and you're like, oh, I wasn't like, there's too much pressure.
Okay. And you guys, what were we doing to kill the time before I got here? I know tattoo shops.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tattoo and food.
Yeah, Miranda got tatted.
Let me see what you got. Is that a Batman symbol?
No, it is the Limit Club logo, just without the words.
It's a Batman symbol.
Batman.
Essentially, but
You know what's really funny about
Plus
that?
lightning bolts.
The funny part is she's getting fired from the band after the show. That's a funny part.
Hey.
One night only.
Yeah.
No, it's really weird because some teenage kid came up to me at a punk show one time, and they're like, "Hey, you're the Limit Club guy," and I'm like, "Yeah." And they go, "I gotta ask you a question. Why did you steal your logo from the Aquabats?"
Oh wow.
I had to let the gears turn for a second. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Where do you think the Aquabats got their idea from?"
No, it's pretty good. Let me see it though. It came out pretty good. Anything notable about this tattoo shop? What's this called? Let's give him a little shout out.
Rube's Tattoo. Actually, my coworker that used to live out in San Diego referred it to me. I live in Phoenix, and she was like, "Yeah, go to Rube's." And then we get there to find out that my artist actually tattoos Danny from Gambler's Mark. So it's kind of a weird coincidence.
And I'm assuming he has good ink, right?
Yeah, I mean, Danny or Dave? I can't remember which one. One of those boys.
Oh yeah.
One of the Irish.
Well, they both start
boys.
with a D.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should just make it easy to have the same name for both of them, like you guys.
Yeah, like
D. We'll just say D.
All right. Well, let's play a track from the Limit Club. We've been talking for a little while. For the people listening who don't know, what do you guys want to play? Something off the new album, something off the old album?
Hey, you got that track Wild Birds?
Oh, you motherfucker! I've been harassed. All right, this one's Wild Birds by the Limit Club.
And carefully met wars, broken down factories, and untidy homes, Wild bird,
heavy sax in that one. I like it. I wonder why you picked that song.
Oh, you know what? A couple people really dig that track, you know? Yeah. You know, the idea behind that was when you're in the Limit Club, usually you have some individual sort of hairdo, and if you line them up against the wall, it looks like a flock of different kinds of birds.
I didn't notice that about you guys. Oh, cool. Learn something new.
Yeah.
Stick with me. I do notice that about you guys, how one thing about the Limit Club was you guys always did stand out, whether from the hair, from the way you dress, from your style of playing too, you know. There's not too many, like I said, when you see you guys live, all of a sudden the sax comes out, you know, the dance and the movement, it was really, like I said, the hair was different. It's not like any other quiff. Most of them look like mine. And as far as other tattoos go, I know you got the Batman tattoo. I know my boy over here, Nick Dave, has Jurassic Park.
I do, and I do, as a matter of fact.
I was asking about Jurassic Park, why you got it. I didn't realize what a fan he was. I didn't realize how much literature there was on how big of a fan you can be.
Yeah, it's like, there's not a lot of material, which makes it really easy to, like, remember everything. So, like, if you try to be, I don't know, like a Spider-Man nerd or something like that, like, there's a lot of stuff you got to remember. But Jurassic Park, it's condensed to, like, 2 books and 4 movies, so we're good.
How'd you like the last movie?
It was so much better than Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, yeah, The Return of Alan Grant.
Yeah, right. And the talking raptor. I don't know if anyone remembers
Wait, the
that.
raptor was talking?
It was a weird-ass dream sequence.
So random. Like.
Hold on, wait. The dream?
Yeah, no, he like I don't even know what happens. He's just like
A raptor.
you don't know it's a dream like when it's happening, so you're just confused and like he's like on the plane and the raptor starts talking to him and he's like Alan like
And Homeboy has feathers. And
yeah, like it's too much. It's so random.
I don't think I
but
want to see it now.
I
Kind of scared.
still love
I
Jurassic.
saw like the first maybe half hour of it. I got to the part where those people who, I guess you realize they weren't really rich people. They're just there for the kid. They lied to them.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's as far as I got, or at least as far as I can remember. Maybe with trauma, right? You know, when someone gets in a car accident or someone touches their wee-wee when they're a kid, they just forget things. I guess maybe that's the same thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, fuck, what was his name? I don't know. You had Subway.
They just went like full.
That's a dark joke, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny though because Chris Pratt though he came and like revitalized that thing. He's just killing it right now.
Yeah, no, but it's gonna be Jeff Goldblum's turn next time, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, they're making a new one?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, man, no wonder you're so excited. Look at you. Look at that fucking smile, dude. All right, then. So, okay, so as far as the Limit Club, you got the Batman symbol. I'm assuming you're a big Batman fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember I was wearing a Gutter Demon shirt. You're like, wait a minute, they stole our symbol. I mean, you mean the symbol you stole? Because it was a bat?
Oh yeah, I stole it from Aquabats. They stole it from me. That's
Yeah. So what do you think about the new DC stuff going on right now with the Batman versus Superman, the Justice League?
It's all about Wonder Woman. Like,
Oh,
who-
fuck
who
yeah,
gives a
dude.
shit about anything else but Wonder
Oh
Woman?
my god, I saw that movie. I fucking loved it, dude. I planned on going to see it, but I got a little lazy, so I bought a bootleg, which is weird. Who does that these days? I was at the laundromat. This guy comes, movies. I'm like, that's gonna look like shit, but I'm like, I want to see it now. And I don't want to drive to Burbank because my tags are expired. I might get pulled over, so I'll just do it this way.
You can't smoke weed at the movie theater.
Oh. Is that what you do in Arizona? I know it's legal
No,
out
you're
here.
not allowed to, man.
Oh, okay. Allegedly. Well, that's why they have edibles, you know, you sneak in with your popcorn.
Illegal if you don't get
Sneak it
caught.
in your belly.
Oh, no, yeah, fuck that, dude.
That's so funny.
Wait, are you guys big drinkers? I know when I knew you guys, because I first met you guys, I'm trying to remember when I first met you guys. It was the original lineup at the time. I know for sure I played with you guys at one of the, probably one of the last shows I had at the New Factory, one of the last good ones. At one
Oh
of the,
shit! Oh wow! Okay, so like a Hollywood Showdown or something.
Yeah, it was a Hollywood Showdown. I remember seeing you guys backstage. I got kicked out, but I got back in. And then I remember I found a flyer actually in my car. I'm going to go get it right now. Hold on.
Okay.
You guys talk amongst yourself, but it's not about me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's talking about the Hollywood Showdown. Those were actually interesting shows because they would get bands like Banan Metallic and the Klingons, so really well-known psychobilly bands. And you'd be backstage just hanging out with these dudes like Starlight Wranglers and shit like that. Doily from Doily, who used to be in Klingons, but now he's since done Guitar Slingers and Donna Dunn and the Mystery Men and all kinds of shit over there. But he was hanging out, and it was Doily and Stringy used to be in the Klingons. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I think it was that year.
Oh, yeah, 2007. If you're looking at back, you got
There you go. Holy shit.
We shared a stage, my band and your band.
That's fucking crazy.
And you look at some of the lineup there, it was a pretty cool lineup, like total 2007. Like,
Dude, yeah, Goddamn Gallows before they totally went gutter country.
fucking awesome, though.
Totally crazy. Bambula when they were a band. I loved them actually. They were fantastic.
Yeah, they were fun.
Hellbillies, Defuntos, Howlers. Wow.
Takes you back, right?
Yeah. Barnyard Ballers with Spike. Good shit.
Yeah, that was when it was you and not us.
Oh, I guess you're right. That was the lineup. Then was me, Joel, and Juan Carlos.
Mhm.
Wow, that was old school.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
It was 10 years ago, 07.
Yeah.
Does that say the Knitting Factory?
Yeah.
I feel
Before
like
it closed.
That was a pretty well-known venue down there in Hollywood, but I tell you, like, the security was always so severe.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't take shit from anybody, but
It got strict towards the end too, like
Yeah.
towards the last couple of years. I
Yeah.
remember, luckily, one of my cousins was security there, so whenever he would it doesn't matter now. Whenever he would take alcohol away from an underage kid, say, hey, Bear, you want this? Just don't get caught with it. Give me a fucking thing of rum. I'm like, thank you.
oh my god.
Yeah, I do want to correct you. You said we were big drinkers. I would rather say we're enthusiastic drinkers.
I like that. You
Yeah.
guys still drink? You still party pre-show, after show?
I mean, a little bit. I'll have a beer before a show, sure.
Yeah, it'll loosen you up a little bit, but
Yeah.
you don't want to get trashed.
I'll
or
tell you
anything
when
like
it gets really sketchy is when you're in, like, Austria, because that entire country is heavy drinking, and they don't let you play sober.
Oh, no, really? I know you guys did some European stuff for a while, right?
Yeah,
Right.
a few times. But yeah, that's the challenge with Austria is everybody's so sweet and personable, and they also feed you beer.
Okay. What are some other countries you went to? I remember one year I was supposed to get you guys, but I guess you were still in Europe, and I guess the schedule conflicted with the cyclone.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right.
right.
We were actually booked for Cyclone that year, but we had to cancel because our flight to Europe was like the same day or some shit like that, so it just didn't work. But yeah, the first time we did a lot of Germany, a lot of Eastern Europe too. Like we went to Czech Republic, Romania, Hungary, shit like that. And then, we did London and Northampton, England, which is where I got this shirt because we played with the Sharks and Necromantics.
Yeah, it's a shitty
Oddly
silk screen. It looks like it's all falling apart there.
Hey, I was so excited to see Alan Wilson and Steve Whitehouse on stage together. I didn't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
I was like having the time of my life. And Bedlam Breakout is a fantastic festival out there if you ever get a chance.
Oh, definitely. It's on my
really
list,
cool
but
people.
fuck, money.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's talk about this. You know what? I want to talk about your name, for example, the Limit Club.
Yeah.
Got it from a Damn song, if I'm correct, right?
That's correct.
Why'd you pick that song? What happened? Your girlfriend broke up with you. You're driving home. You're like, you know what? My band's gonna be called the Limit Club. Fuck her.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about that song just really like struck a chord, you know. It's really what?
Stretching cord.
It literally strikes a goddamn chord. No.
Wait, was I onto something, or I was just joking?
That's a good track. It's a really good track.
I had a dream, or was it true? I saw the sunset low on you in a blood-red sun's final rays. We laughed at night, subtle shadow play. Into the world we started to run, like bullets from a gun, with passion and desire, like two burning bars of fire. And there is surely nothing else. The guys that keep on loving,
Awesome. All right then. So let's talk about this past year with the new lineup. How'd you guys meet, Jade and Miranda?
Jade is actually my stepsister.
Practically, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Her mom and my dad are together, and
yeah, they've been together for like a super long time. So
Oh,
I
like
met
almost 12
Nick
years.
Dave. Yeah, like at least a decade. So I met Nick Dave a long time ago when I was tiny.
she was a
and
little
so-
baby.
yeah.
I would say tinier.
Tinier, yeah. I'm still small. We've established that I'm the runt of the group.
No, you established it. You gave yourself
Yeah, you
that
did.
title.
No,
That's
like 30
self-titled.
minutes ago
No,
you did that.
no, okay. It was the other night. We were like hanging out, sitting on like the stoop of our friend's house, in the middle of the night, and I kept hearing some rustling in the bushes, like 2 feet away from me. And I was like,
Damn
guys,
Russians.
whatever this is gonna come after me. I'm the runt. And Ferrati starts laughing. He's like, you know, I never considered that until you said that right now. But yeah, anyways, So I've known Nick Davis since I was a wee little lad.
Okay, and you, how long have you been playing drums for? How did that happen? Like,
probably for, I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 years at least or so. I started kind of playing like freshman, like towards the end of like my freshman year of high school, which was around when I met Miranda. And so I've been probably playing seriously for 4 years or so, just a couple of years.
some of the bands you listen to that influenced your sound?
For drumming, it's kind of different because I'm not a drummer like initially, so like I liked Green Day a lot, and I could like, it was easy for me to tell what the drummer was doing, so I could mimic it, and I was like, just could do that, and like, so I definitely listen to a lot of like bands just kind of that style of genre and stuff.
Okay, it works out because you're probably a sit-down drummer, but you join a limit club, you get to stand up, you only get a few pieces, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, this is less to carry, this is awesome.
Yeah, no, honestly, if anything, it's just like I don't have a seat now to carry around. Like,
We threw that challenge at her not knowing how she would react, and she just took to it. And there's never been any kind of like hesitation or problem with it.
yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I mean, it was like stressful, but I mean, playing drums in general, I just kind of get up and do it. So like, if they were like, yeah, I know you play sitting down, but since you'll be playing with us, like you can just stand, like, you know, that's what like the last drummer did, so it'd be fine. And I was like, sure, like why not? But it should be the same thing, and so I don't know, just kind of go with it.
Okay, what was your first show like with them? I know I first saw you when it was a Tiger Army show, right?
Yeah, that was like my first show. I think, okay, well, we played a tiny like show at like it was in like a back of like a bookstore. Yeah, the Newton, like it was a weird like bar thing next to a bookshop, and like there was like a restaurant. Yeah, there was like just like a few of our friends like came out and stuff, and like the other band that was there. So that there wasn't really many people there, so like I kind of forgot that show happened, but like we played that small show. I was actually sitting down still because mostly I still needed to get the pieces to stand, like the extra additional pieces, but like then like a month after that we played Tiger Army at the Marquee, and like that was a lot.
Your first show sounds like a typical psychobilly show. You go there, the only people there are your friends, the bartender, and the sound guy, especially in a small town like
Yeah, no, I've definitely played a show like that at a bar where it's just the bartender and my mother like hanging out, like, hey mom.
Yeah.
That's called the psychobilly scene, Dave.
Yeah.
So I was saying. All right, and Miranda, you're the newest member, right? It's been a matter of weeks, months?
Maybe about a month. I'd say maybe about a month, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so.
this is the third show you've played with us?
Yes.
Third show.
Yeah, third show.
Did they give you a warm-up show too like her, or they just fucking threw you in the fire?
No, I got thrown into the fire, but that's okay. I kind of work best that way. It's like I work better under pressure, so it really worked out in my favor.
Okay.
We were actually going to do kind of like the same thing as Jade, because we have a show tomorrow in Phoenix, and that was supposed to be my first show, followed by the Tiger Army show, so kind of like one warm-up and then straight into Tiger Army. But we kind of got me ready, and we all kind of agreed. We're like, fuck it, let's just do it now.
All right.
Why wait?
And what kind of music were you playing before you found the psychobilly? Was it always something you were doing? Were you messing with the punk, the Green Day like her? What were you doing?
Yeah, I've been playing all kinds of stuff for a while. I've been playing guitar for about 11 years.
We played in a couple of bands.
Yeah, Jade and I played in bands throughout high school. My number one, the first song I ever learned was by Iron Maiden, so they're kind of my number one band.
Oh, okay. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I kind of have a wide variety, but I listen to a lot of punk and metal, like Judas Priest and some Slayer, Anti-Flag, Green Day, Bouncing Souls, just kind of all over.
Iron Maiden's big on the social media right now. I guess they just did a little tour recently.
I just saw them in
Let's
Phoenix,
play an Iron Maiden
actually.
song. What do you want to hear?
Ooh, let's say The Trooper. That's
All
a
right,
good
The
one.
Trooper by Iron Maiden.
You better stand, there's no turning back. The fewer sounds, the charge begins. But on this battlefield, no one wins. The smell of ice smoke and horse's breath as the pendulum into sudden death.
Awesome. All right, let's bring it over here. Let's go to the OG now. Let's go to Nick.
What does G stand for in this equation?
Gangster.
The old ghoul.
All right, so starting off with the Limit Club, Arizona, Phoenix. I tried Googling Phoenix, see if there's anything interesting. Usually I look for like celebrities from there, serial killers from there, interesting facts. I was looking at Phoenix, man, it was fucking boring. There was nothing going on, dude. What was that like psychobilly in the Phoenix?
Jim Adkins from Jimmy Eat World.
Okay, there we go.
Hold on, Alice
you know him?
Cooper. Alice Cooper, I don't think he was actually born in Phoenix, but he's lived there for a long time. And you'll see him bumbling around without makeup on sometimes.
Actually,
that must be depressing.
What you'll find is that a lot of people from Hollywood actually have houses out there, so
Yeah.
like they keep it on the down low, but like they're there.
Johnny Depp does too, right?
I
think it was-
probably
Rob
everyone
Halford
does.
lives out there.
Yeah, you've run into Rob
Yeah,
Halford before.
I used to work at a burger joint called Smash Burger, and Rob Halford, I remember the very first time he came in, I see this bald dude in shorts and combat boots walking through the parking lot. I'm like, wow, that guy looks like Rob Halford. And I didn't really think anything of it because I didn't think Rob Halford's going to be walking into my Smash Burger. And so he goes and sits down. I didn't see him. I bring an order, and I see this guy with a lightning bolt tattoo on the side of his bald-ass head. I'm like, this is fucking Rob Halford. And we kind of became, like, acquaintances. Every time he'd come in, he'd give me, like, a little head nod and, like, a little hello before he went and sat down. So, you know, I feel like Rob Halford's kind of like my friend in a way.
Was he wearing he's wearing leather pants, you said?
No, just cargo pants, just cargo shorts
get the
and
cargo
combat
shorts?
boots. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's very, very casual, but it was very weird to see him that way because I've seen Judas Priest multiple times, very close up. So I have, you know, like his sweating bald head in my face, screaming, and then I see him just walking around casual and quiet.
Wearing a pair of
just ordering a
sandals.
burger.
Oh no, you said combat boots.
Combat
I wish he
boots.
had sandals. Be even more casual.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't own sandals.
Oh.
I don't own sandals.
I like to think he
so-
had not cowboy boots, combat boots with no socks on. That's how casual he goes.
All of that just hurts my feet.
Hey, this might be confidential information or a bit gauche, but do you remember what Rob Halford ordered at Smash Burger? I'm so curious.
I do actually. I do.
Give us the
Okay,
deets.
but actually, one of my friends, after I told them about it, I didn't think of it. They're like, you should have brought him like one thing at a time. Be like, hold on, you've got another thing coming. And I was like, God damn it. I should have thought of that. But yes.
That drive home must have fucking sucked. You're like, oh, I should have done this.
Oh man, he would order a grilled chicken sandwich, and it was called our avocado club. So it had mayonnaise.
Oh, you remember the full ass
Oh,
order?
I know. I
Oh
eat
my
it.
God.
It's
Oh, dude,
delicious.
I know what comes on the avocado
yeah.
club.
It had
Rando would hook me
mayonnaise.
up with free clubs all the time.
Fuck yeah, I would. It had mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato,
That's good stuff.
bacon, avocado, and ranch. You could do it on chicken or beef, and he would get that. He'd get it on chicken with some sweet potato fries. Very proper.
Oh.
Very proper.
Did he use ketchup with his fries? Was he a ranch dressing guy?
All
right.
I never caught that part. Never got that part.
Okay. All right, no, I'm not done with you yet,
Oh
Nick.
shit! All right, sorry.
All right, so I want to hear about the original Limit Club lineup. Who was in it?
It was myself, a guy named Joel Robles, and a guy named George Cardenas.
And were you always playing guitar? Because sometimes members switch instruments. Like someone will start off with the drums, someone will start off with the bass.
Yeah, I was always playing guitar. I don't know how that happened because I wasn't very good when I started, but I guess I was the best of those three.
Okay.
That's a stretch.
All right, then. So what year was that?
I guess we started getting together and jamming in 2004. Played our first show in 2005 at a house show with Calabrese, oddly enough.
Oh, Calabrese.
Yeah, so weird, but they were there. It's crazy.
That's crazy. And so when did you start getting to bigger shows? Like, how long did that take before you started opening up for some of the bigger bands? 'Cause I know you guys popped up around. I started seeing you around 06, 07. Started seeing you on flyers.
I think because the psychobilly scene doesn't really exist in Arizona, it wasn't very long at all. Like
No, it exists. It's just really intimate.
Well, okay, but I'm thinking like 10 years ago it was even more intimate. You
I
know?
see. Well,
Yeah. So when a band came through like Chop Tops or Coffin Cats, there's a very limited amount of bands to draw from in that pool, So we started playing with Madsen and Coffin Cats within 2 years. And it was like, oh crap, Mad Sin's coming through. We should make that our CD release show. So that was our impetus to put out a first record, you know.
Okay, cool. So how long until Nick joined the band? Or Nick Dave, sorry.
Nick came in right after Joel left, which had to be around, what, 2008?
2010.
Oh, okay, 2010. My memory's bad.
All right, how'd you guys meet? Tell me about this process. How did Nick join the band?
Well, I remember Nick when he was playing with his little garage band.
Yeah, it was a psychobilly band I was playing out there, and we played a show, Limit Club and I, and they saw me, and it was just good timing because they needed a new bassist, and I wanted to do it, like really bad.
I remember thinking you were so cool because you were wearing sunglasses in that dark ass warehouse. I was like, "Whoa, that guy's cool."
And you can't see shit in sunglasses when you're playing a show.
I almost fell off a stage one time in Texas because of that. I wanted to be cool. I had a nice little sunburn, the sunglasses, and all this. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Almost ate shit. And with upright bass, you're going to fall on top of that. It's going to cost money or just cost pain.
Oh, I've fallen with it before.
Yeah.
Didn't you like walk right off the stage once?
Maybe, I don't know, probably. It was really funny though.
All right, cool. So you got in the band. What kind of bass you play? What kind of equipment you're messing with?
Engelhart Supreme, K&K, Rockabilly Plus. Let's see, Roto Sound Strings.
Okay, you're not a steel string guy. I was going to say, you guys are crazy if you are.
No. And let's see, GK 1001 and Hard Key 8x10.
Oh, the hard key. Okay, okay. I got the GK myself, but I have it with an Ampeg 8x810.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a wall of sound.
Yeah, man. That's right.
Yeah. I didn't get that till like towards the end of my playing career, so it kind of sucked. Before that, I was using I was borrowing equipment I was that guy. Can I borrow your amp? That was me for the longest time.
Yeah, I usually don't mind. I try to accommodate other musicians, especially if they're cool, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I always had to buy him beer.
There you go.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah.
We were in Netherlands once playing a gig with Necromantics, oddly enough. And
For those listening who don't know, we're actually outside the sound check right now.
yeah, the secret mystery headliner,
Yeah.
we've been privy to who it is.
Ooh.
But anyways, we played with the bands, and I can't remember their name right now, but we had an emergency with our former guitarist, and we needed a guitar at the last minute because he had a Floyd Rose system on his guitar, and the whole thing was just fucked. And so it happened right before the gig, and we were already running late because we were driving from Paris all the way to Arnhem, and his guitar malfunctioned as we were setting up on the way to the gig, and there was no way to get it fixed because there was no shops open. It was a weird day of the week, and we were running too late to stop by anyway. So we asked the opening bands if we could borrow their guitar, and they steadfastly refused. And it was a shocking moment because we come from all the way across the damn world.
The guitarist refused.
The guitarist refused. Yeah, it was like,
Because the bassist let me use his equipment, so there's that.
we'll be extra careful, dudes. And no, it didn't work. So luckily, somehow, some volunteer produced a guitar out of thin air and handed it to Monty right as we were taking the stage. Otherwise, he was just going to stand there with his guitar unplugged, mimicking the guitar parts.
Oh, he was going to do that for real? Well, that guitar player out there who wouldn't let you borrow his equipment, I hope wherever you're at, your wife cheats on you.
Oh.
Yes.
We didn't say the name, so.
Like, I hope you step on a Lego.
No, much.
I want to walk in on
I
it,
feel
too.
like that would be much more painful than a broken heart.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
He's
more
stepping on a Lego
painful.
with his heart.
Step on a Lego.
I hope you fall on your chest on a Lego.
Drive home crying listening to Limit Club by the Damned. Like my friend here. All right, so you two got together. Was there a band like in common that you guys were into that you guys could relate to for psychobilly? Like, you like that band? I like that band. Maybe you had the same shirt on or same patch.
It was Necromantics and Tiger Army and Mad Sin.
Yeah.
You
I
know-
think it was more comic books that got us like really.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're big comic guys. I want to get into that, but since we're at a Necromantics show, you guys like the Necromantics. Let's play a Necromantics track. What do you want to hear?
Beelzebub.
Okay,
Yep.
let's do it.
old enough to stand on her own 2 feet. Cool and breezy hair, took her to a place outside town where love would meet. When they kissed, on the backseat of his car, she felt the sense around her neck, saw murder inside, realized he was a devil in disguise. Take her for a ride. Buzz-a-bum-bum-bum, buzz-a-bum. I'll take her for a ride. Buzz-a-bum, buzz-a-bum. Scared and afraid, begging for my life, running on the edge to pass out. Cruel, evil me, catches up with her, squeezes out her last breath, and no one hears her scream. When they kiss, on the backseat of this car, she felt the sense around her neck, saw murder in his eyes, realized it was a devil in disguise. Take her for a ride. Buzz-a-bum-bum-bum, buzz-a-bum. Take her for a ride. Buzz-a-bum, buzz-a-bum, buzz-a-bum. Take her for a ride. Buzz-a-bum-bum-bum, buzz-a-bum. I'll take her for a ride. Buzz-a-bum, buzz-a-bum.
So comics, what are you messing with? You a DC, you a Marvel guy? You one of those people who like all those indie comics?
A bunch of stuff you never heard of.
Yeah.
It's
You show off.
It's basically Marvel and Batman. Like
Okay.
that's really about it, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, awesome.
I swing really heavily into the X-Men world these days with Chris Claremont and all those guys.
What do you think about the universe right now as far as the films? They're gonna make a new Venom movie with with Tom Hardy in it.
All right.
Some
Now, hold
speculation
on.
to be made.
All right, that like. All right,
Tell me.
Where do I start with that? All
Let's
right,
go. Let's go. We got time. We're outside.
So you're gonna make a Venom movie, and then not have it in the MCU because apparently now it was gonna be in the MCU. Now it's not gonna be in the MCU, and I mean like.
Sony's
And then
fucking
Secret
up.
Wars.
Let's be honest, Sony's fucking up. If they release a Venom and Carnage movie that's not linked to Spider-Man, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck was that? You know, it was
Yeah,
an abomination. It's like, Jesus.
At least that had some kind of
Come
link
on,
to
that
Batman.
basketball scene.
Oh
where
no, that was
she-
awful. No, I'm not saying it's not a bad movie.
That might be like the worst footage ever committed to film. That's pretty bad.
All right, I dig it. I fucking dig it. All right, so you're a little rough on that one. Okay.
Yeah, but that's really about it. Everything else Marvel is doing is fine.
You're looking forward to this Homecoming movie with Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, we.
Yeah, he's a little
I'm
too
too
eager.
excited there, buddy.
We're too eager for that.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
Like what?
Okay, so I get a text. Well, okay, we have a group message with like 10 of us, all of our friends and family. And so
fam.
Nick did
Family?
the fam, just
It's
fam.
literally called the fam.
Yeah. And so Nick Dave here texts the fam, and he's like, "Guys, Spider-Man tonight." And we're like, okay, sure. So I get off work and I'm getting ready and I'm gonna go pick up Ferratu.
Even Ferratu's like, I didn't realize it was out already. Like shit. Like,
Yeah, like that was fast.
I was so gung ho. Like
These goddamn Marvel movies just keep popping out.
Yeah.
And so I get a text back from Ferratu, and this is on a Thursday. So I get a text back from Ferratu that says, this goddamn Nick Dave. The movie doesn't come out until next Thursday.
I was only off by 7 days.
Yeah, but the worst thing about it is
7
that he
lunar
texted
cycles.
us the movie set time or the movie time. He's like, "All right, 9:20 at this theater."
They managed to figure out a time and a theater
Yeah,
and everything before the date.
All right,
wrong.
so like end of story. Like
No, the worst part.
end
is
of
that
wait,
it was
hold
a
on.
Surprise.
Okay, whatever. All right, end of
That's
end
the
of
only part of every story.
end of story. End of story. We have a set time to go see Spider-Man this Thursday, so it's gonna be fun.
I want a lot of pictures.
But he
You guys in front.
all the way. How far is that drive? Like, how long is that?
Long.
Yeah,
It's like probably at least 30 minutes.
too long to
His-
already be on your way when you find out the
Yeah.
movie isn't for another week.
Yeah, his sister texts us and says, "We're already on our way." So we're like, "Well, fuck, we have to hang out anyways now."
Yeah. So we just partied.
You should just watch the.
We watched.
the
You know, what
Apes.
we did was we watched Civil War, so
Oh,
you know
okay.
we build our way up. To,
Oh, I see.
God damn it, we were gonna we were gonna see Spider-Man that night. God
No, you
damn
should
it.
have saw the Planet of the Apes movie. Did that come out yet? I don't
no,
even know.
no, that's not out to the
Oh,
end of the
fuck.
month.
See, I'm like you now.
I've heard Baby Driver by Edgar Wright is really good.
Baby Driver, what the fuck is that?
You ever heard about that?
No, I know.
Dude.
I heard the name. I just figured it's one of those like children's movies, like
It's
Baby's Day Out.
It's actually like an original product coming out of
Dude,
Hollywood, not based off of like previous franchise or anything.
Well,
like
tell me about
that.
Baby Driver. We'll stop right now, but I'm curious. Even though we're recording a podcast, fuck it. I want to know.
I can't give you the dish on the movie because I haven't seen it yet, but I am quite an Edgar Wright fan because he's done Shaun of the Dead, which if you haven't seen that, oh my god, you're missing out. He also did Hot Fuzz.
Oh, he did the trilogy. He did
the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. And he was not briefly, he was attached to Ant-Man with Paul Rudd for a long time, but for some reason the MCU and him didn't see eye to eye, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he's a brilliant director and he has a totally original approach to things. And this new movie has been getting pretty rave reviews.
Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's up with Ron Howard?
Oh, Ron
taking
Howard,
over?
yeah, Han Solo film. Yeah, apparently they had to bring acting coaches for the guy playing Han Solo too. They fired the directors. It might be pushed back, you know.
I heard they're making it a little too meta, you know. So
Yeah,
like it was almost like self-aware because they're the guys that got fired were the guys that did like the Lego Movie and like 21 Jump Street, and those movies are really like self-aware of what they're doing, and
Yeah.
you can't do that to a Han Solo movie. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's like the opposite of being timeless, which the original trilogy kind of has been. You know?
I heard something about him acting too much like Jim Carrey. Like,
yeah,
like
I
Ace
heard that
Ventura or
too.
something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
too campy, too
What?
fun. Yeah,
Come on, man.
You can imagine. Alrighty then, Chewie, you know.
He's gonna be like, alrighty then, I'll shoot first. You
Yeah.
know, like.
Stormtroopers are like, "What are you doing down there?" He's like, "I'm just looking for my mask."
I found it.
Oh my god, yeah. No, are you guys spoilers people? Do you like watch spoilers, or are you one of those people like don't say anything to me?
Only if it's something I really give a shit about. Like, I don't want to hear any Spider-Man spoilers.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. After like before any movie I really want to see comes out, like I stop watching previews and everything.
Oh,
like
you fucking-
2
you're
or
like
3
that.
weeks beforehand.
I'm the exact opposite, man. I'll go to the end of the book. Like the other day, I was watching fucking. I finally got to see that movie. What the fuck is that movie with the magician, the doctor? Fucking Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
It was slowing down, so I fast forwarded because I want to see what's gonna happen next. You know, I was like, fuck, dude. You know,
Do you do the same with like shows you go to? I have some friends that are like, "Oh, my favorite band's coming to town. I'm gonna look up the set list." I'm like, what's the point of that?
I do a Netflix show, man. I got tired of Jessica Jones, the fucking bad guy, getting away, so I just went to the last episode. I got tired of him. He keeps getting fucking away. I want to see what goes on, you know?
I like that show, but I will admit it was a bit dry compared to like Daredevil. How good that one was.
Or Luke Cage, dude.
Yeah.
Luke Cage was rad.
Yeah, I guess I had a connection with her. She's a drunk, you know? So am I. Some kind of, I want to see what's
Right,
going
yeah.
on with a drunk. Yeah, I saw some of Luke Cage, too. It was cool. They're keeping it real in that TV show.
Yeah.
Or Netflix show.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, for me, I don't care. I'll hear spoilers. Star Wars, tell me. Like, someone's like, I'm going to spoil it for you just to piss you off, this guy right here. I'm like, I don't care. I probably know more than you do, you know? Like, for fucking, I knew Han Solo was going to die. I knew everything, you know? Wonder Woman, I knew the ending before I saw it.
Right.
Placing bets.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ending is that there's gonna be a big CGI battle, and she
Yeah.
wins like.
With a shitty villain.
Yeah.
That guy with that fucking mustache?
It was fucking Professor Lupin from Harry Potter.
Dude, he looked so weird.
That fucking mustache and that villain?
Dude, yeah, it looked so weird.
I saw that mustache, like, I'm done, dude.
when he was wearing his full, like, Greek-ass battle armor.
If he would have turned evil and the mustache would have melted off or just disappeared, I'd have been a lot happier. But he kept the fucking mustache.
I thought he was gonna make like a Patronus or something like that.
He
Yeah.
looked like a proper-ass English gentleman with that fucking armor. It didn't make any
Oh,
sense.
man.
But that was like that was the only thing I could criticize in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Was the mustache.
The fucking mustache, dude.
Damn it.
All right, then. So let's go back into touring. I know before you always toured with guys. What's it like touring with a couple of females now, a couple of ladies?
Well, actually,
You gotta watch your language.
To be totally honest,
No, they're
Absolutely
no,
not.
they're way worse than us.
Yeah. I cuss like a fucking sailor.
this is kind of our first taste of hitting the road with these two because this is your first gig out of town. I don't know if that's something I should expose.
Go
yeah,
for it.
actually, that's kind of why I got this tattoo. It's my first out-of-state gig, so it's I'm very spontaneous. If something's important to me, fuck it, I'm gonna get a tattoo.
How's California treating you so far?
It's good. I've been here before. Like I said, I've just never played a show out of state, so it's pretty cool to me.
Oh, the weather, it's so nice. Right now in
almost
here,
made me cry.
right now in Phoenix, it would literally be like 102 or something
We would
like
be
that.
on the ground if we were outside doing this interview right now.
We would not be outside. We would not be outside.
No,
I
definitely.
haven't spent like this amount of time outside like in a really long time. I don't leave my house over there.
That's why it's cheaper to live out there, right?
Yeah, that's why I moved out there. I'm
It's like,
actually
okay,
from here.
it's cheaper to get a house, but try to survive.
Yeah.
We dare you.
Yeah, California's like, we have
then
nice
your
weather.
AC
We're gonna
bill
take
comes
advantage.
in
We're gonna take advantage of it.
Oh, I know.
Charge you so much money to live here in this nice weather.
All right, cool. So, what are you known for on tour? Who's a farter? Who's a snorer? Who's the one who's always snacking on stuff? You know, that guy always has snacks on him.
Nick Dave
That was
farted like
me.
5 times in the, just in this 5-hour drive.
No shame.
Once per hour, I guess.
Burrito butt.
No one says anything. All of a sudden, the window's down.
But yeah, so we figured out very quickly today. Just look and see whose window's down, and that's how you know who did it.
Hey, if you know what,
It's
if you
for
want to know
your
the truth,
it's for your benefit.
if you want to know the truth, that's the considerate approach.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm
instead of
not
just-
complaining, but it's just easy way to figure out who it was.
Nick and I are known for snoring, and Jade is known for complaining about our snoring.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had
Yes.
to deal with the snoring too.
Yeah, we've really severely disrupted people's lives with just our fucking snoring.
It's like
sometimes.
it's like two mongooses just going at it.
I was
just,
not
like,
warned.
fucking each
I
other
was
up.
not warned before I had my first night with them. We went and played a show in Lake Havasu like a couple of months ago, and I was in the hotel room just like crying like in the corner like I didn't know. And
I
it's
come
just, like,
I come back to the hotel from partying. Jade's like, Nick is snoring.
I was like-
Jade points to Nick, and she goes, can you do
No, this was
something
before.
about that?
This was before. He was like, I was already asleep, and he was like getting ready to go out like again. And I was like, I was like, Nick Dave, you need to do something about this. I point over, I'm like, fucking make him stop. And Nick Dave's like, that's just how it is.
That's how
and
it is,
literally
man.
just closes the door and leaves me there for the night.
Hey, Nick.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I probably have like sleep apnea or something.
So when you wake up, Nick, I have a
God.
snoring problem too. No one likes to stay with me. Usually when I sleep with a group of people, I wake up, there's like a pair of shoes next to me, a book, a cell phone case. They're throwing shit at me, trying to get me to stop.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah,
There was a former member who loved throwing shit at you in your sleep.
I'm the new member now for that.
I'll tolerate it, because once I'm asleep, I'm dead asleep. Like, I don't think you snored last night. I didn't hear you.
No, I heard him. You were just dead asleep. I was in
I
between
rest
them,
my
like-
case.
Did you guys happen to notice if Nick snores like on a lower register, like in the bass register or anything like that?
Yeah, you guys were harmonizing.
Nick Dave, you mean?
Oh, man.
All right, let's. What's in the future for you guys? New album, upcoming tour you're excited about that maybe you want to spill the beans on?
Yeah, actually, a lot of stuff that we're kind of behind the scenes working on. But we recorded 4 new tracks, and we're gonna finish those up next month, and then that's leading toward a new album at the end of 2018, and
Beginning of 2018.
2018. Yeah, sorry about that. And in the immediate future, we do Spikes tonight, Rebel Lounge tomorrow night in Phoenix, and then the Compound or Complex.
Complex.
The compound
in
is
Salt Lake City.
in Phoenix.
Oh, okay, yeah. With Tiger Army. That should be a good show.
Salt Lake City. I got to hear about that when you come back from that
Yeah,
one.
Hell yeah.
I'm super excited. This is actually like my first out-of-state show too, but like it's exciting to go to Salt Lake because I've been to California before, like in general.
All right, then. Well, since it's a little mini, we're outside and it's getting kind of loud out here. We can go ahead and wrap this up. Message to your fans, listeners, and also for musicians out there, little words of wisdom.
Well, I definitely don't have.
Yeah, I don't know about wisdom, but I could say just be determined, keep going, you know?
Thanks.
And a message to your fans. Everyone listening now, new fans, old fans.
Follow your dreams. You probably won't get anywhere with them, but just go ahead.
Oh, I have one.
I disagree.
I have one.
I followed my dreams, and look where it's at.
Yeah, what? Fucking a week early as Spider-Man?
No, actually, it has something to do with Spider-Man. I think that if you're a nerd about something, you should own that and make it part of your personality because you meet some of the coolest people through that stuff. For example, I got to know Tim Polecat through Rockabilly and Psychobilly, but I didn't get to be friends with him until he found out I was a comic book nerd, and he's like a huge Jack Kirby fan. And stuff
Doesn't he
like that.
sell them too, distribute them as well? Like his
Yeah, he has
collection?
a shop that he actually sells it out in Palm Springs.
And that's right. I forgot you guys play with Tim Polecat.
Yeah, we have done that. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with him. And he's like a encyclopedia on legs, If you ask him anything about old rock and roll or old Hollywood or old comic stuff, like he will tell you the exact answer and you can verify it within minutes on Wikipedia.
That's such a terrifying picture, an actual like encyclopedia with legs, just
Can it
running
have his
after
hair
you.
though?
Yeah.
His hair on the
Yeah.
Little orange hair.
But yeah, so anyways, that's what I mean. If you're a nerd, just own it.
Awesome.
It's actually good for you.
That it?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to close this out. This is Beer with Bear with the Limit Club.
Thanks, Bear.
Group
Love you,
hug,
man.
Group hug.
Yeah, group hug. Ouch.
Yeah.
Tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Is that number 2 or
Number 2.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web in his eyes, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Yes, he's strong, listen, bud. He's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Here, there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of the night, I'm the scene of a crime. Like a streak of light, you rise in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. When the man is ignored, action is his reward. Look out, here comes Spider-Man. Look out! Let's go! In the chill of the night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Well, the man is ignored, action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang up, whenever there's a hang up, you'll find a spider.